time for the Straight Up Wrestling Show.
What's up, everybody? It's HBT with the Straight Up Wrestling Show. Guys, here for another afternoon drive. I am here to talk a little bit about what transpired at WrestleMania and what happened afterwards, at WrestleMania. We had John Cena. John Cena says tonight, Monday Night Raw, come out tonight and see how he orchestrates, how he puts it together, because he's gonna ruin wrestling, guys. That's what he says. Hey, he's going to ruin wrestling, man. And hey, one thing I have to say is he a little too late? Is he a little too late? Because as I see it, and a lot of other people see it, and I'm talking about wrestling fans from way back in the day, guys. I'm talking about baby boomers. I'm talking about Gen X, my generation, Generation X. Maybe we already see that wrestling is ruined, or we think that wrestling is ruined. So I'm asking the question: is John Cena a little too late with this? Talking about ruining wrestling. Now, I'm not gonna say it's completely ruined, but I'm not gonna say that it's in the best state that it's ever been. And that's not even since John Cena started wrestling that wrestling been in the best state. It's been going down, ever since then, and even a little bit before then. It was having a decline. So, John Cena, man, hey, is he a little too late with this? Hey, guys, I'm trying to situate this camera, man. I should have it turned the other way, but hey, I'm gonna roll with it like this. But man, it's kind of crazy what John Cena's talking about. And if you watch the press conference after the show, John Cena just got up there, and everybody that asked him a question, he said that sounded like clickbait to him. And pretty much, he's just calling everybody an idiot and everything. And he just said, hey, just tune in tonight to get your answers. If you guys want answers, you can tune in tonight to get your answers. It was kind of crazy, man. It had me tripping out. I mean, John Cena was bugging, man. Straight up, he was bugging. So definitely check out tonight, Monday Night Raw. The Straight Up Wrestling Show will be in your house, man. We will be on the set. We will be bringing you the action. We will be talking about it. And I'm sure John Cena gonna come on there, man. John Cena gonna be tripping. I hope he starts off the show, so we can get a gauge of where he's at and what he's talking about. That's what I'm hoping. But maybe that's not gonna happen. But yeah, John Cena winning this match against Cody Rhodes. And Cody Rhodes, I look for Cody Rhodes to win this title a little bit later on. Now, one thing that I do see as far as what I'm thinking in the future is maybe Cody Rhodes takes the title back from John Cena, and it sets up something a little bit later on between Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins. Now, Seth freaking Rollins could end up going for Jay's belt first. I think he's going to be, basically he'll be going for Jay's title because, there was some things between him and the bloodline, and it made perfect sense. I predicted it. It made perfect sense. It's for Seth freaking Rollins to end up losing that title. I mean, not Seth freaking Rollins. It made perfect sense for Gunther to lose the title. No, it didn't. It makes perfect sense for Seth freaking Rollins to roll with Paul Heyman because Seth Rollins is going to be the one that's around. Now, CM Punk would never, I don't think CM Punk would ever win a world title again in the WWE. I'm not sure, unless some kind of way he can get his popularity back to the peak of what it was before. Because TKO Holdings, I'm telling you right now, if you go back and look at our prediction show and the things that I was saying about TKO Holdings, is all about popularity now. They are putting the titles on who's popular. Only person that only match I was really wrong about was Bianca's match. I thought Bianca would win the title. Bianca, Io Sky, and Rhea Ripley. Because I look at Bianca Belair as the most popular female wrestler that was in this, that was in the match. and she's basically the most popular female in the WWE. So I was looking for her to win the title, but that did not happen. That didn't happen. So that right there was a shocker, but I think they was gauging the crowd, and which was really smart. I think the WWE TKO Holdings, which I do think they have a hold of Triple H. They are guiding him. Maybe it's Ari Emanuel, Ari Emanuel from Endeavor or whatever, but they are on a popularity tip right now. Whoever's the most popular, they're gonna put the titles on them. That's why I knew Jay Uso would win it. I picked Jay Uso to win it. I picked Dominic Mysterio to win it. You can see in the predictions that I had, and I even had that on my prediction when I did the prediction show with James Self Standard on this page. I said Dominic Mysterio will win it because he's the most popular, and they put it on him. That's what they are going with right now. They are going with a popularity contest. Who's the most popular? Those are the people that we're going to put titles on, and that can talking about ruining wrestling. That can ruin wrestling, guys, because wrestling has always been a popularity contest. Who's the most popular? Who's getting the fans? Who's getting the fans all up and pumped up and everything like that. But wrestling has always been about talent too. The talented people are going to be the best for the company long term, guys. Straight up, that's all it is to it. They are going to be the best long term. You want to put the belts on the guys who's going to be popular long term. You got to have that ability to see that. You can't just up and just throw just because somebody's popular in the moment and throw a title on them. When you do that, you make mistakes. I mean, I could go back to the Moki brothers, Bill and Randy Moki in the NWA when they won their first match. Moki Mania was crazy, guys. It was pumped up. It was big. It was bigger than Magnum TA. It was pumped up, man. So, but you didn't want to put the titles on them. You didn't go and put the NWA World Heavyweight Tag Team Championships on them because they had their moment in the sun, and they was popular for a while because they were. And Jim Cornette was right. Moki Mania was running wild. All right, guys, give me just a second, man. I got to get this thing situated here, and I'm gonna check, see who's on here. I don't want to look too hard. I got ambulances around me and all that. So, guys, let me be careful here. I see Christopher Burton is in the house. All right. So give me just a minute. I got to get this thing situated. But, man, I got a lot to talk about. I really do. I'm on the way to get a friend. So I'll be talking probably for another 20, 30 minutes or something like that. But I will be coming on a little bit later before me and Christopher Burton come on. So, hey, man, I'm going to be doing a little bit of podcasting. In between things. Just put it that way. But, man, look. We're going to see if John Cena is going to follow through and how he's going to orchestrate, how he's going to put this thing together to ruin wrestling. Something, in my opinion, I'm not going to say it's completely ruined, guys. But, hey, John, it was on its way. Wrestling has been on its way for a while now. If you ask me, it's been on its way. Goodness, man, I need to do something about this. It's been on its way. But yeah, I'm going to have to turn this thing around, guys. Sorry about that. I'm going to turn this thing around. Yeah, like I said, I do see some people on here. Christopher Burton. My man Green Randall in the house. What's up, Green Randall? I think that's Green Randall. I'm trying to read it. It's kind of far away from me. But yeah, I think that is Green Randall. But Green Randall, I appreciate you joining in. But, man, and once again, like I said, TKO Holdings. TKO Holdings is all about popularity right now. It's a popularity contest. No ins, ands, or buts about it. And I don't know how long they're going to go with this popularity thing. Because, look, you have Gunther, man, who is a generational superstar. Somebody who's going to put tails in the seat for years. They had Gunther tap out What kind of garbage is that? What kind of garbage is that, man? Like me and Chris were saying, you make Gunther, you weaken Gunther. Everybody knows that. You making Gunther look weak when you do stuff like that. Why do that? Why do it? But that's what happens when you have people who don't know anything about the business and all they care about is money. And I'm not talking about Triple H don't know anything about the business. I'm talking about TKO Holdings and Endeavor, guys. They don't care. All they care about is putting money on the bottom line. TKO Holdings, they don't know nothing about wrestling. All they know is it generated a lot of money. And all they care about is putting money on the bottom line. And as long as they have wrestling fans like this current crop of wrestling fans that we have right now, I mean, we can brag and we can talk about, and we can be amazed that it was a lot of people, that 126,000 people showed up this weekend, that the attendance was 126,000 for the 2 nights of WrestleMania. We can look at that and we can brag and we can talk about that all we want and talk about all the other money that they made. That, you know, they didn't just make money off tickets, but all the merchandising and all that stuff that was going on around Vegas. But I can tell you what, that's wrestling fans coming from all over the United States and some even across the world to come to that event. That doesn't mean that, hey, it was a Super Bowl type event and everybody in the world was watching. That doesn't mean that. Wrestling fans. Yeah, wrestling famous. That's what it was. Wrestling fans. And when I'm talking about wrestling fans, I am talking about the current crop of wrestling fans that's in the IWC, basically. Those wrestling fans. They are the ones who was consuming this product. And if you think it's bigger than what it was before, it's not. Straight up. But TKO Holdings is smart. They're very smart in what they're doing. Even though it may be detrimental at the end, they are very smart in what they're doing. Let's give all the wins and give all the titles to who's popular at the moment. That's what we're seeing. So Triple H, you're losing viewers. You're losing viewers. Things are happening. We're not making the sales that we was making before. Hey, just put the titles on everybody that's winning, man. That everybody's cheering and yelling and screaming for. What is Triple H gonna say? Hey, you guys don't know anything about the business. Let me and Shawn Michaels and Road Dogg, let the guys that know, Michael P.S. Hayes, let the guys who know, let us run this business. And one thing I can say about when people get into Hollywood, they seem to forget reality, man. They seem to forget reality. So, yes, I'm talking about The Rock right now. Maybe The Rock is in with them on that. Who's the most popular? You put the titles on him. Because one thing I have seen over the years in my lifetime, people that came out of certain situations in life, when they go to Hollywood, they become a different person. A totally different person. So maybe Rock does not have that reality anymore as far as how wrestling should be run. Because I guarantee you, Rock, they have spoken to Rock about how they should handle this thing. I don't think TKO pretty much went on a tangent. I think that they had their minds made up that this is what they wanted to do. They was watching the product, they watching it on TV and say, hey, I probably had a representative go around to the shows. I see this person is most popular. This person, Dominic, is very popular. Let's put the title on Dominic. Let's see. John Cena, man, let's go ahead and put the title on him because he's more popular than any of them. Because, hey, he does. He's not just a wrestling star. This guy's a star in Hollywood. Let's put the title on him. Man, it's flat out crazy. Jade Cargill. You can say what you want to say about Jade Cargill, and I know a lot of people out here, oh, she's horrible. She is horrible. Did you see her? Jade Cargill did pretty good. One thing about wrestling fans might not see, once they make a decision that they don't like you and they think that you can't wrestle, they hang on to that. They hang on to it with dear life. Why? I don't understand. Why can't we, as a wrestling community, see when progress is being made? If you can't see when progress is being made, you cannot grow. It's crazy. But yeah, Jade Cargill is very popular, so they want to get her with another popular, another popular person, and that's Bianca Belair. And I know the wrestling fans have been wanting to see that ever since, ever since she was signed to the WWE. But the bottom line is that the best idea? Is that the best way to move forward with Jade's career right now? I do not think so. I don't think so. But eventually, they should clash. They should clash. But Jade, I do believe she needs a little bit more experience. But you do not have her go and beat Bianca because you think, hey, oh, she's your future, because a lot of people are looking at her body and a lot of people are going crazy. But man, I don't know. I really don't know. And this thing with AJ Styles, man, come on, man. Logan Paul. Why in the world did Logan Paul win that match? Because of the popularity of Logan Paul? That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. But yeah, guys, I'm going to pull over in a minute. I'm going to get your comments, and then I'm going to head on out to where I'm going. But, man, yeah, I'm trying to, oh, boy, I'm really trying to see this tonight. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Mr. Cena does, guys. This guy's talking crazy. He is talking crazy. He's Looney Tunes right now. The man's off his rocker, man. His dome needs to be fixed. Wow, man, wow. But hey, I look forward tonight. I look forward to seeing tonight a great Raw, man. I hope Raw is really good. I hope it's really good. I hope they don't just think that they can run with that one little storyline with John Cena and get over on us. And overall, Raw was pretty decent. We had a pretty decent weekend. A Saturday night wasn't as good as Sunday night. Sunday night was really good. It was really good. I mean, we gave it a little bit over, maybe 4.2, a little bit over 4 stars. Now, Saturday night was like a 3.1, or maybe 3.3. But overall, man, it ended up being a 4-star show as far as WrestleMania overall. Now, was it the ideal matchups, the best matchups that you could actually get? No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. I mean, they do need to do better next year. But hey, what we got was pretty good. Wasn't bad. Wasn't bad at all. All right, I'm gonna pull over. I'm gonna get these comments, guys, before I get out of here. But hey, if you on here, man, you checking out Straight Up Wrestling Show, you checking me out, HBT. Hey, definitely go ahead and hit that like, share, join. If you're on Facebook, you're on YouTube, hit that like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, ding, 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 so you know we're on like times like these. And do the same thing if you're on Twitch. If you're on Twitter, man, on X, now it's called X, not Twitter. But if you're on X, hit that like, share, tweet, and retweet, and follow the Straight Up Wrestling Show. But yeah, guys, all right, let me answer a few of these questions, man. Let me take these glasses off because I can't really see these things with that on there. All right, Jamie Earnhardt, what's up? Jamie says, what you do. Green Randall said, what is because of the fan reaction, cheering Cena, booking Cody down the line, possibly in Cena's last match, we get a heel Cody versus a face Cena. I hope we don't get a heel Cody. I hope we do not. Green Randall self is obviously acute, but I don't think you've done anything wrong so far. I doubt most baby faces like Cody will be mad at him for doing what he did. I hear you. Green Randall, heel, not cute. Speech to text sucks. Yeah, okay, I got you, brother. Green Randall, but Dom and Jacob are talented as well as popular. They are, Jacob, Green Randall. I'm not saying they're not popular. I mean, I'm not saying they're not talented, but Jacob Fatu, he's a better tag team wrestler than he is a singles wrestler. He's a C wrestler, man. He's a C plus guy. Him and Dom is a C guy. They are C plus wrestlers at best, man. At best. Got a long way to go. All right, Christopher Burton says, well, the NWA voted on who was the most popular. That's how they chose the champion. Well, Chris, they not necessarily. Harley Race wasn't the most popular wrestler in the NWA. He was not. He was the most talented guy. Jack Briscoe was very popular, but he was not the most talented. I mean, the most popular. Dory Funk Jr. wasn't either. Ric Flair was very popular. He was big. Ric Flair was not the most popular guy in the NWA at that time. He was not. He was very close. Dusty Rhodes was actually more popular than him. So, I know that's what you've heard and everything. Popularity had a lot to do with it. But yeah, talent went a long way. And could you carry the fan bases? And could you carry that title and carry it with respect? All right. Green Round, I can't argue with that. I really wanted Gunther to win, but it was clear Jay would win. The reason they had Gunther tap was because they were trying to mirror what happened to Jim. Still, I would have rather him pass out or struggle some more before he taps. What did you think of Cross's promo? Seems like he is bringing back Killer Cross. Probably so. Mike Classic says, hello, Harry and chat. All right, Mike Classic says the NWA chose who would travel and be a champion. Exactly. Yeah, that right there was more important than popularity, was who's going to be able to handle the travel, Chris. It wasn't just who was the most popular. We cannot get into this because you get into that, Chris. You've been around long enough. And you are pretty much basically a co-booker and everything in our indie promotion. And not get into that and just say, oh, who's the most popular? You just can't do that. I don't know why in the world, man. Do not get caught up in the moment. Please don't get caught up in the moment. You know better, bro. You know better. All right, but guys, like I said, okay, yeah, TKO Holdings, they all into this popularity thing, and man, you can check my record. You guys who've been listening to me for a long time. Usually, everything I say when it comes to wrestling, it usually comes to pass. Now, there's a couple times I'm wrong. I'm not perfect. None of us are perfect. But when it comes to wrestling, man, hey, I rely on experience, and for the most part, it comes out right. It's not just that. It's just knowing people in general and how people react and how people are about things. I mean, we can go with what they're doing, and that's what we've been doing as wrestling fans. Okay, TKO Holdings came in and said, okay, let's go with what's most popular. That's what we're going with. That's one thing about wrestling fans, what they've been doing for years. And it's been going down. The Vince McMahon, whatever he was doing, wrestling fans went with. Then they finally got tired of it. And then they started dogging him for it. So, I mean, to get caught up into that, I mean, it's flat out foolishness. And look, I will say something about these wrestling fans that's still loyal and that's out here right now. They are complaining. There's a lot of people complaining. Because if they wasn't, we wouldn't have all this stuff out here, man, on podcasts and everything, IWC people all over social media complaining. So people are complaining. The way I act sometimes that nobody's complaining. That is only me and a few other people. But a lot of people are complaining about how wrestling is going. Not just us older folks, the old heads, like they call them, Gen X, which I'm a part of, Gen X, Christopher Burton, Gen X, and the baby boomers. We're not the only ones complaining. You got some millennials out here complaining. You got some Gen Z guys out here complaining. But for the most part, they may not know how everything was ran, but they know what they saw when they was little. And they want to get back to that experience, especially the millennials. They want that experience when they was watching it, when they was coming up. Wrestling had a different vibe to it. Wrestling was totally different. But man, look, I don't know. Just tune in tonight. Hey, I wish I had all these matches I could talk about, but tune in tonight. And we can check out the stage with John Cena. He's talking about it's gonna ruin wrestling, man. I want to see what he's gonna do. Maybe he wants to do something, tear it down, and basically try to build it back up. I don't think he's trying to ruin anything. But that's just a ploy to get other people, other people involved, man. To get, he's talking about clickbait, but that was clickbait what he was doing, talking about he's gonna ruin wrestling. He wants people to click on that. He wants the headlines, and he wants people to tune in. That's gonna get a lot of people to tune in. But guys, I know some other people probably had a couple more comments, but I'm about to get out of here. I will talk to you a little bit later. I will see you guys. If I don't see you guys before Raw tonight, hey, we'll be doing Raw. And we'll see what John Cena's, we'll see how he orchestrates his plan. Talk to you guys later. Stay straight up. Peace.